There are territories too that Harper seeks to recover. Hearts that he seeks to recover. Nations, cities, families that he seeks to recover. Every man's journey with God must transcend him. If everything that encompasses a man's journey with God stays within the confinement of his person, really he might supposedly not be walking in the fullness of God's reality, because God is a territorial being. Everything that God does must journey beyond the man. That's so if a man does not labor into territorial activities, he has not found the fullness of the possibilities of God. I know sometimes we can classify that there are certain persons that God gave territorial ministry, but if you read your Bible, it was for everybody. It's because he could not find me and you. That's why he went for some persons. The cry must transcend us. We must leave our prints on the sand of time. It will be said concerning our life that there was a time that we cried over the city. Listen, one of those days, this should be like 4 years ago, with our fathers, some pastors, I think Mama was there some of the days, we began to pray for the city. It's been long we've been laboring for the city. That is why as long as this city is alive, many of us cannot go without blessings, because every man that sows must reap. We're praying for the city, just few of us. I don't want to be up to 10. Every night then we'll gather at interval and about. We did that in every night for 2 months. One of those nights, Father went for administration. So we and a few pastors, we gathered to pray. So while we were praying, we heard some police guys say, who are those? Since we are not committing crime, we just maintained our prayer. Do you know in those times, in those days, there were such days that we came out, and people that paid allegiance to dark altars in the city, they came around to check what was happening. You know, many times it is the believer that thinks about himself, does not think about territory. That's why the territory can determine the movement of yourself. Because the man does not think territory, but man was built to think territory. So we gathered that night, we were praying. These police guys, you know, these young guys, these ones that put earrings, shouting, screaming, what are you? We just pray our prayer. The idea in my home, I don't know about others that were with me, in my own heart was that native doctor come here, you know, shout. Because you are calling Jesus, you are making noise. So they came, made noise to the point of cocking their gun and shooting like the gun. The bullet passed my head, I used. That was when we knew that there was trouble. So they not tied us. You know this rubber that they use, drum that they used to buy chemical. They not tied us, use those things to whip us. So my blood is on Asaba. There are times that I tell God that me I've labored. They don't flog me for prayer for this. We said we came to pray. They say, where's your Bible? We didn't come out with Bible then. We just were praying in tongues. They did all they did. Some elderly men that were policemen in that area, they say, our hand no do. Our hand no do. You know, many times, one of the things that accompanies young age is foolishness. All of us, we are young here. I'm telling you the truth. One of the things that accompanies young age is foolishness. That is why any man that is young, that must journey with God, must pray for the wisdom of the ancients. A young man is naturally foolish. It's because of age limitation. So those guys, they were vibrant. But their vibrations were capped with foolishness. I finally heard that they went for one reading and they killed like 2 of them. When they finished making noise, you know what? We still completed our prayer. We still stayed in that place. Finished our prayer, went home. At a point as I was going home, there was rage in my heart. While I was walking home, I was happy. Bible says that the disciples, they were excited to have suffered for Jesus. Do you know that the next night we still came to that place, and the night after, for 2 months? It was in one of such nights that the elderly ones, policemen, the elderly ones, those ones that dressed well, one of them called us one day after we finished prayer and we were walking home, called us, asked us to pray for them. What was the issue? He said, those people that did those things to you, several of them died the week after. You know, many times we don't recognize labor because we don't see the result immediately. Written on the prints of the city of Asaba, our labors.